everyone, welcome. We're diving into a world that's, well, honestly, it's changing faster than we can keep up with smart systems.
Yeah, and we're not just talking about, the buzzwords here.
Yeah.
We're going right to the source, the University of Turku over in Finland.
Honestly, the more I read about it, the more it feels like we're getting a sneak peek at what's next in tech.
Yeah, for sure. It's cutting-edge stuff.
What really grabbed me is how it's all about getting students ready for, and they actually call it this, the fourth industrial revolution.
Exactly. It's all about giving students the skills they'll need to, well, basically build the future.
Building the future, I like the sound of that. But fourth industrial revolution, that sounds pretty intense.
Right.
What does that even mean, and how does this program at Turku fit into all of that?
Okay, so imagine a world where machines are more than just tools. They're actually problem solvers. The fourth industrial revolution is all about how technologies like AI, artificial intelligence, and the Internet of Things are merging the physical and digital worlds. Think self-driving cars that are constantly analyzing traffic in real time, or factories where robots are learning from each other to work more efficiently.
Wow, so like in this program, they're actually teaching students how to create that kind of technology.
Yeah, exactly. This program at Turku is all about putting students right there on the front lines of this massive shift in technology.
That's incredible. I was looking at the courses they offer, and two in particular really caught my eye: Digital Factory and Machine Learning for Mechanical Engineering. I mean, seriously, those titles alone sound like something straight out of a sci-fi movie.
Yeah, those are definitely some of the hottest areas in the field right now.
So Digital Factory, does that mean they're literally building things in a virtual world?
It's likely very similar to that, actually. They're probably creating virtual models of entire manufacturing processes so you can design and optimize everything digitally before you even start building anything in the real world.
That's amazing.
And then with machine learning from mechanical engineering, it's all about designing systems that can actually learn from data and make their own decisions.
Wow. So we're talking about robots that can think for themselves.
Sort of, yeah.
What are some of the harder parts of making robots that can learn?
That's a really great question, and it's something that researchers are really digging into. I think one of the biggest challenges is teaching a machine how to deal with the unexpected. Like in a controlled lab environment, it's one thing, but in the real world, there are so many variables, right?
Yeah, that makes sense.
So teaching a machine to analyze all that data, figure out patterns, and then change what it's doing based on all that information, that's incredibly complex.
Yeah, definitely complex. Speaking of complex, I have to ask about the Smart Systems Lab at Turku, this incredible space. I mean, we're talking 700 square meters packed with robotic platforms, tons of sensor technology, and they even have something called an OptiTrack motion capture system.
Yeah, it's really impressive. They've got some top-notch equipment there.
It sounds more like a high-tech research facility than a university lab.
It really shows how serious they are about giving their students hands-on experience. And you're right, the equipment is really state-of-the-art. That OptiTrack system you mentioned that lets you capture really precise movements in 3D, which is essential for things like analyzing how robots move and developing new control systems for them.
That's amazing. And it's not just about having all the cool gadgets, right? They're also sharing that space with the Turku Intelligent Embedded and Robotic Systems Research Group, which is, what, TIERS for short?
Exactly, tiers.
That means students are working alongside some of the leading researchers in the field, which is an incredible opportunity.
Oh, absolutely. That kind of access is invaluable.
It sounds like they found a really good balance between teaching the theory and giving students the chance to actually apply what they're learning. Speaking of applying what they're learning, I was really intrigued by the program's research projects. I mean, they're working on everything from autonomous robots for environmental monitoring to making intelligent work machines even smarter. They're even involved in something called multi-sensor data fusion for manufacturing. It seems like they're really focused on solving real-world problems.
Absolutely, and that's one of the most exciting things about this field.
Could you tell us a bit more about one of these projects and how it's pushing the boundaries of what smart systems can do?
Sure. Let's take the autonomous robots for environmental monitoring as an example. This project is a perfect example of how smart systems can be used to address some of the most critical challenges we're facing. Imagine robots that can go into dangerous areas, like maybe to collect air and water samples or monitor deforestation. And they can do all of this without putting humans at risk. But it's more than just collecting data. These robots with multi-sensor data fusion can analyze information from multiple sources at the same time, giving us a much more detailed and accurate understanding of really complex environmental issues.
That's incredible. It's amazing to think about how technology can be used to make such a positive impact.
Right.
It sounds like this program is doing an amazing job of preparing students to not only understand the technology behind smart systems, but also to consider the real-world implications of their work.
I think that's a crucial part of what they're doing.
It seems like an incredible opportunity for anyone who's passionate about not just understanding the future of technology, but actually shaping it.
Couldn't agree more.
It's been fascinating to take a deep dive into this program with you.
Yeah, it's a fascinating area.
It really makes you think, if you could design a smart system to solve any problem in the world, what would you choose? That's something for all of us to think about.